Ping, pingly, ping, boom.
Number. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back once again.
Third video of the year.
It is. Well, we're cranking them out.
Cranking them out hard.
Clockwork. Yeah.
Next stop, PewDiePie's house.
Wow. I think it's like now we're just gonna have a 1 month hiatus after saying.
Yeah, and then they never heard from us again. Yeah. So what are we doing this week? This week we're gonna be talking about what's coming up in 2016 that we're really excited about.
We are. Some games that we think you guys might be interested in as well, and just fairly big dirty list actually we've managed to jot down of stuff that's coming out in 2016. There could be some delays, some date changes, blah blah blah, but here we go.
Yeah. So we're gonna go by month because that's the only way it makes sense, and also so you know how to prepare your wallet for when it comes down.
Exactly.
So in January we have the Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is like the biggest thing on the radar at the moment.
Yeah, it's already out for consoles, but it's coming out for PC.
Oh yeah, for PC.
At the end of this month. That's right.
You're just useless at this, that's all.
It's a Saturday morning.
Yeah, have you played much Rise of the Tomb Raider?
No, I haven't played any of it. I'm on account of not having a PS4 or Xbox One. I may get it on PC. It looks cool. I've seen some gameplay of it. I don't think any of us are huge Tomb Raider fans, really.
I'm not a huge Tomb Raider fan. I have the first one because it came up when games were gold for free, and I played some of it. I think it was alright. It wasn't great. I thought it was okay. So.
Seems kind of Far Cry-ish.
Far Cry-y, but like it's not what Far Cry should have
combined with Uncharted.
Yeah. February is where it starts to ramp up.
And that's January already.
Yeah, there's little games in January, but there's nothing like big.
Feb, however.
Feb, though.
XCOM 2.
XCOM 2, very excited.
Guacamole. I'm super excited for that.
Still haven't finished XCOM 1 because it's just like, I just can't think of going back there and throwing my guys on the line. I've got a team of like tier 1 operators who are all like top of their game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's a damn fun game.
It's a damn fun game, it's really good.
So XCOM 2, I think the alien invasion was successful. And
it's like in a world where the alien invasion was successful, yeah.
And then you guys are all kind of putting together a ragtag group of rebels that try to fight the power.
Yeah, there's like
cool.
swords and new enemy types. And there's like a snaky thing that like coils up around you.
It looks super cool. I'm very keen for that. That's probably my biggest hype of Feb.
It looks really good. Yeah, as for an RTS, it looks pretty great. Definitely nailed it on that one. We have Dying Light: The Following, which I just finished watching the some of the gameplay of it. Pretty keen. Opens up. It's like their biggest DLC so far.
It's a huge DLC. They raised the price of it actually a little while back, but they were super cool in the way they did it.
Yeah.
Explained it to all of the fans, all the people that play the game, which is a good thing of them to do. Yeah, it looks massive.
Looks really good. It opens up a whole new area. It adds like new weapons. So the one I saw, they had like a submachine gun in the gameplay as well.
Crossbow.
Yeah, freaking crossbow, bro. But for those of you who played the Bozak Horde and did finished all the challenges, you get something called the Bozak Bow, which is really just a long bow, which is fun, but it's not as powerful. The crossbow can drop a zombie with like a single headshot, so that's cool. So crossbow, pretty exciting. Cars, yeah, cars. Fully customizable cars though. Looks good. You get to relive your own Mad Max zombie world fantasy sort of deal.
That's not a bad deal.
Pretty keen. It centers around like a cult that arose outside of Haran that's supposed to be like immune to the disease. So you know the main character, who's still the same guy from the first game, is gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited for that. Then we have
a little different. We have Fire Emblem Fates, which is a 3DS game. I've played a little bit of the first Fire Emblem. This one is actually being launched in 2 different editions, which is kind of weird. They have slightly different reasonably different stories and characters and whatnot in them. So they're doing, I guess, a little bit of a Pokemon thing there. They kind of have 2 versions of it. Fire Emblem games usually pretty good, so if you have a 3DS, could be one to look out for.
Would recommend something to get on top of.
Yeah, could be.
I don't have the 3DS and I don't play Fire Emblem, so like
So he's just completely out there.
Just nothing. I just
Far
go
Cry
for
Primal though. You could probably.
Far Cry Primal, yes, very excited. It's cool because it's sort of like when I was looking at some of the gameplay, and you go back in time to like the Stone Age, which is a bit puzzling because there's like obviously there's gonna be bladed weapons and stuff like that, but Far Cry, most of the gameplay has not been melee based. So like in Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, you've got a handgun and you've got like a machete. Maybe use the machete for getting out close to people. And the handgun, Yeah, the handgun is if someone spots you and you gotta like, you know, put them down.
I always just use the bow.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Far Cry bow, and I recently reinstalled Far Cry 4 and I've been playing through it again on my second playthrough. 'Cause
Yeah, I
it's
need to
just
finish
that good.
3 still. I was enjoying that, I just didn't get around to finishing it.
3 is good fun, and they have a little bit of replay value in that you can reset all the outposts and then go through and just like
Tear them apart.
tear them apart with your bare hands, just real fun. So yeah, there's that. I'm pretty excited for Far Cry Primal, but I'm a little like hesitant, mainly because the main way I play Far Cry is explosions. Like I'll use an explosion to distract the enemy and then
Yeah,
work
it's-
my way through them
It's
with a
definitely
knife.
going to be interesting to see how you're going to try and take down the bigger enemies. Like, I'm assuming mammoths and stuff like
Yeah.
that with the spears.
With a
bows.
spear and bow, and I have hard enough time taking down rhinos in Far Cry. Like I would just keep shooting bow and like arrows at them, and they would just keep knocking me down.
Bow and arrows, like throwing bows at them.
Throwing the bow.
Why is it not dying?
Dangle it off his horn, man. But yeah, no, that would be really exciting. A little hesitant, but you know, it should be good. Knowing the pedigree of Far Cry has normally been a pretty good series.
It has been. A pretty
Blood
good
Dragon was
series.
interesting. I didn't play much of it, but I thought it was okay.
Well, last thing for Feb, which is a little bit smaller, but it's Plants vs Zombies 2: Garden Warfare 2. Not sure if
Is
you've
it
seen
really
much
Plants
footage
vs
of it.
Zombies Garden Warfare 2, or is it Plants vs Zombies 2 Garden Warfare 2?
It's Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
Okay, because you said 2 twice, and I was like, what?
4.
5.
Exactly.
More.
No, the first one of that, good fun. I only played a tiny bit, but it's
What is
colourful.
it like?
It's like a colourful first-person shooter.
Like
sort of
version
thing.
of Modern Warfare, sort of.
Yeah.
thing? Do they make a lot of like callbacks to the first Modern Warfare?
Ish. It's a lot more colourful. I find it more fun.
Okay, cool.
Because it's more my sort of style of shooter, I guess. Being that I'm kind of over the whole heavy AAA.
He's not.
bitches
Yeah,
at
he's
the
not the
moment.
AAA guy. I'm the AAA guy, but I have like a refined taste about AAA's. Like
Yeah,
I've
at
never.
the
You'll
moment-
notice we never talk about Call of Duty here at
Yeah.
all, except for like maybe the Russian interlude of Call of Duty where they had the Russian. That was a good story, but
They had good campaigns.
they
Anyway,
had good campaigns.
Slight sidetrack, but yeah, PvZ Garden Warfare 2. Have a look at it. I think the open beta was fairly recently.
Mhm.
Don't quote me on that one, but give it a look at. It's good fun. It'll be fairly cheap.
Speaking of open betas, Division beta is coming soon. I think it is. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But the Division is coming out in March,
March.
which Mother of God, am I so excited for.
March is a reasonably big month.
It's a
this year.
reasonably big month. So we're starting off strong with, I think the Division is coming out in March. We're not sure what the dates are exactly. It should be soonish.
Yep.
I think it's March 8th because it's just the day before my birthday, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
To you, loyal viewers. I hope you know.
So one guy, Round Joey.
Around Joey.
Big boy George. Yeah, no, so I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be a lot of sort of Destiny style gameplay, except there's gonna be a lot more open worlding stuff. So with Destiny, my main issue is like there's all these areas to explore. The campaign is not substantial at all.
Hmm.
So you sort of do the campaigns and then you go on raids with friends, and then the rest of it is just multiplayer stuff. Whereas I've been told that the Division there's a lot more. It's a lot more fluid, so you can play it single player. You can go wandering. You can be a lone wanderer, Mad Max sort of deal, and wander
Yeah.
between the cities by yourself.
I'm a wanderer.
Yeah. And I've been told, I've been led to believe at least that being like if you choose to go single player, it changes the playstyle entirely. So rather than having like 3 guys walking around with assault rifles, you have to hide behind cars and wait for like
In a box.
teams of like enemies, yeah, in a box, teams of enemies to pass by you. So I'm pretty keen for it. Plus, it's
I'm
like,
a little bit wary because it's been delayed a couple of times.
It has been delayed a couple of times.
And they had big ambitions when they first showed you footage,
Mm.
but it'll be interesting to see what
yeah,
it's like.
and there's supposed to be like good drop in, drop out stuff, which
Yeah.
is gonna be.
Speaking of delays, Uncharted 4 was originally meant to come out in March.
But it's been pushed over to April now.
We think it's been pushed over to April now. It's probably going to be good. Uncharted 4. Uncharted games in that series generally good. I haven't played any of them. Neither of us have
They have a
played
good
PlayStation
pedigree.
console lately.
Yeah.
But they're one of the big draws,
If we
I guess. in terms
if
of
we had
exclusives.
we would have done like a playthrough of The Last of Us by now, because The Last of Us is like the only game I would ever get a PS for is The Last of Us.
I'd get it for Bloodborne and I'd get it for Uncharted.
That's true, but I couldn't do Bloodborne. It's the same reason I can't play Dark Souls. I played like the first one, and I was just like, no, if I go further into this, it's just like the drip has to come out and the catheter bag goes on, and it's just like
It's too
it's
hard.
dark. What else from March? We've got Hitman, the latest in the series.
For those that are keen on it.
are keen on the bald guy with guns.
Yeah.
It's good. I think it's Hitman Assassins they've called it.
I have no opinion.
I don't really know. Oh, they just came up with a single like title, just Hitman, and I'm like, is that the name of your first game? I don't know the premise of this one. I've been told there's a multiplayer aspect to it as well. I'm like,
See, that's the fashion now, though. Whenever you're semi-rebooting or releasing a new thing in a franchise, you just strip away all of the subtitles. Like
Burn it all
like
away.
Battlefront. You had 1, 2, and now it's just Battlefront again. So
yeah, it's just
it's
a
the
bit
thing to
odd.
do when
It
you
should be
name your new
Battlefront
games.
4.
Yeah, 3.
3. Yeah, 3. My bad.
Stupid.
Stupid.
And
Yeah. So I'm not really sure about Hitman.
Last for March is Zelda Twilight Princess HD.
He's more excited about it than I am.
It was a good game, the first one. Bosses were a bit too easy, but you never know, they may do a Master Quest thing like they did with previous ones. They're releasing a Wolf Link amiibo thing that gives you a new dungeon in the game. That's if you pre-order it, I think. I'm not sure if it comes with it anyway. Mate, I'm informed.
I know you
my
are. That's
issues.
actually really good. Good job, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.
For
Research
April,
+1.
yes, research +1.
For April.
Intelligence +1. For April we have Quantum Break, which I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's starring the main guy who was he was in X-Men.
Yeah.
The main guy was in X-Men, I think it is, or something or the other. I don't know.
Main guy from a movie.
From a movie,
Yeah.
the face modeling looks really good. Isn't it about like being able to start and
Something
stop
to do
time?
with, yeah, controlling time and being
We're
I
not
think
well
it's like an
informed on
action
this one,
shooter.
so- Yeah, it's an action shooter.
Seems kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be pretty good. I haven't seen much of it, mainly for lack of time for research, so we do what we can. Total War. Warhammer.
Yes, Total Warhammer. This is one of my big warpers that I'm keen for this year.
Warpers.
It's a real warper, this
We
one.
should do a side video of Ryan's great whoppers.
There's gameplay footage on the Total War Warhammer. I'm not sure if they have their own channel specifically for that one, but they have it on Total War. There's a couple of like matches on there, I guess you could say, battles on there, and it looks super cool. I like Warhammer. I like Total War games. Although the last few haven't
Warhammer
been
is pretty good.
fantastic. But it's a good universe to have
Yeah.
things set in.
I'm a fan of Warhammer. I'm not a fan of Total War, but like I can dig it. You know, check it out, see what happens. Probably won't get it, but I'll like.
That goes
you know,
on the Ryan's Keen as Beans list.
Ryan's Whopper list.
Exactly.
Then there's Dark Souls 3.
Meh.
Meh.
If it looks more like Bloodborne, maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
But neither of us have finished either of the first two.
It's just I appreciate the game, and it's really obviously really well crafted, and there's nothing wrong with the story or anything like that. The folklore of it is obviously really well done.
But it's hard.
It's so hard.
It's unforgiving.
It is so hard and unforgiving, and it's like I don't know. I just can't. Like it's playable. I could do
It's
it.
not one of those. I'm gonna sit down for an hour and relax with a game.
Yeah,
It's like I'm gonna sit down for an hour, walk away frustrated as balls,
And then
'cause
come
I'm
back
stuck
and
with it.
sink like 9 hours into it. So it's a good game. It's our Everest, really. One day we will sit down
One
and
day
play
we'll
it, but
finish.
we just now know it's too much going on. Too much, and we wouldn't be able to crank out videos as often as we do. Not that we do it often enough.
No, it's totally the reason. Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
yeah, so that's the month of April that we've got our eye on. That's what we've got so far. And then we've got May, which is Battleborn.
It's kind of like a shooter MOBA thing from the dudes who made Borderlands.
Yeah, I'm a little excited, but I also kind of don't care.
I'm interested, but I think that genre is getting a little bit oversaturated
It's piqued
now.
our interest.
There's
but
a
not-
lot of like first-person shooter, class-based
looty
MOBA
sort of
stuff.
things.
Yeah, like you have
Yeah.
Overwatch coming out, I think end of Feb, maybe early March. That's similar-ish.
Mm.
There's another couple of similar games, like Smite was the original, and then you have another one called Gigantic, which will be out.
Yeah,
sometime
there's.
or another.
But Smite was more like, wasn't it a challenger for League of Legends at one stage?
Kind of. It was like the original
Yeah.
FPS / third-person MOBA sort of thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I'll tell you this one thing, right? And a bit
What
in a
thing
fit.
will you
Wow,
tell me?
shut up.
What
In a
thing?
bit of like nostalgia, my brother and I got a pre-sequel for like Borderlands, so it's a handsome collection.
Have you played it
Borderlands
yet?
2. I have a little bit, and I'll tell you, the first hour I played it, I immediately had this like revulsion where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I
It's
just
just too much Borderlands.
too much Borderlands, and
They were good though.
it was good, yes. I won't like hold that back. But when I got into the game, I played an hour, and you know when you play the game so many times that you just can't
Yeah.
deal with it. I played that for a bit, and I was just like, no, I can't. New characters, no, I can't do this to myself again. I went back and played Borderlands 2, like rebooted all my old characters, and that was fine.
Yeah.
But it's getting to that point where it's starting to wear
It's a
on
lot
me.
of hours.
It's a
that
lot
you're
of hours,
sinking.
and it's like just it's the closest thing you get to like make the numbers go up.
So I
so
guess
you
we'll
can get the
see
numbers.
with Battleborn is what
Yeah,
we
we'll
can say.
see. It's not a judgment, but like we'll see. I'm just tired of that sort of genre, but you know maybe they'll surprise me. We've got Mirror's Edge, Catalyst.
Catalyst.
I am actually keen as beans for that.
Yeah, lots of people have been waiting a long
Yeah.
time for a Mirror's Edge sequel.
Mm.
Could be finally here.
The original,
assuming there's no
the original
delays.
Mirror's Edge like blew everyone out of the water because it was so simple: white, red, black design.
And then you have all the funky parkour.
Yeah, and the
bullshit.
red is just like where you can grab onto, and you have to be alert like you do parkour. So you have to like keep your eyes open for handholds and stuff like that. So it's amazing. I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
First
we'll
game.
see. I guess if it lives up to the hype.
It's supposed to be a new story and new abilities.
Yes. Indeed.
Then there's that. That's pretty much it. Then for May, then we have June coming up. No Man's Sky.
Jotham knows Jack Squad about it. He's just reading the name out in a fancy way.
Yeah. No Man's
But that's
Sky.
It's one of the most hyped PS4 games. It's like an
See, that's the problem. Is PS4.
indie-ish kind of game where it's a procedurally generated universe, not just a world, universe.
Tell me more,
And
please.
you fly around in a spaceship through visiting all these different planets. I think there's a lot of exploration stuff. I'm not sure too much about what sort of action there is in there, but it's super duper hyped. It looks really cool. There's dinosaurs in it, so that's always a bonus. In any game.
Dinosaurs are always a bonus.
Yeah, dinosaurs
When will we ever
especially.
see a Jurassic Park game, like a decent one?
There was a good one, man, in like 2001 or something.
Yeah,
that I still
2001
have.
was 15 years ago.
Shh,
New
I
things
don't-
have developed.
It's a good game.
2001 was 15 years ago.
It's a damn good game. Anyway,
Oh my god. Yeah.
that's about it for June.
Poke Tekken for July.
Yeah, it's called Pokken Tournament. Yep. It's basically a Pokemon version of Tekken, and it looks good fun. Plays all your favorites, Gengar, Pikachu, blah blah blah, in sort of
Tekken
Tekken
style.
style of combat. A little bit
Interesting.
different, exciting.
No campaign, most likely.
There probably will be a Tekken-ish style campaign where you just like fight all the dudes in order.
And then there's like random animations, like you killed my father, prepare to die.
Yeah, it's actually super heavy.
I'm imagining like a really like muscled up Pikachu
Pikachu
with
is
like
like-
yellow skin and the Ryu
and then you
outfit.
have like Charmander dressed up as like Don Rigoletto or something.
Yeah.
You killed my family.
It's really just all the Street Fighter characters with their heads cut off and the skin painted a different color, and they just have the thing in tattoos.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then we've got Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
I don't know. I didn't find Deus Ex that amazing. Lots of people said it was a really good game, but I didn't find it overly mind blowing.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy it when I played it because it was. I came from.
This is
I come
Human
from
Revolution,
yeah.
by the way. Yeah.
Human Revolution. I came from the school of Splinter Cell and like Dishonored, that kind of sneaking around, and I didn't believe in like you gotta level up to like do this thing. Like no, you should just be able to do that, and then you develop your skills from there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like, it looks good. It's clearly got a big following because a lot of people love it. I'm not that excited, but you know we shall see. We'll keep an eye on it and see what
Yeah.
happens.
I'm sure Spence will play it. We can ask him.
Yeah,
about
Spencer will play it. We'll have him along. We gotta bring him back.
it. We do. Wherever
Fans-
he
the
is.
fans need Spencer.
Exactly. There's
Um,
been a calling that's been just like growing.
Hashtag
We'll walk
Spencer,
outside the house.
Spencer.
You hear the whispers of the streets.
You see Spencer comes out with like a big hooded cloak, just throws it back. Are you ready? Fire.
The return.
He's just
Like
like,
a
ripped.
stadium.
He's just like ripped and wearing like a belt with skulls.
Now
around
we
his
just need to
waist.
get some like fake news footage with like he's returned at the bottom.
Yeah. We'll get that somewhere. And then we've got Gal 4, Mother of Pearl.
Yeah, that's. Despite me not having an Xbox One, the Gal franchise is one that I'm.
We both
Pretty-
earned our cogs.
We
We
do.
have like the
We're,
emblems.
we're
and
pretty
everything.
veteran.
Yeah, pretty vet guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Gal 4, we don't know an awful lot about it except that it's new dudes, new enemy. It looks like.
Yeah, new main guy as well. It's really good. I'm hoping that they draw some links to the previous Gears of War. Like you see statues of Marcus Phoenix, and you like walk through like Phoenix Square or something,
Something like that. But
which
it
would be
should
really good.
Should be good.
Maybe even see the Coal Train again.
Maybe. It's like an actual train with his
Yeah.
face on the front of it.
Yeah, the last battle they cut my head off, so they just put me on this thing.
Technology, you know?
No, yeah. Also, I can't hug my children.
Ain't
It's
nobody
dark.
stopping this cool train.
Yeah. And then we have just the unconfirmed stuff that's going through from
July-ish onwards.
July-ish
August
onwards. Halo Wars 2 actually is one of the ones that we skipped over.
Yeah, Halo Wars 2. It's no surprise we skipped over it, lol.
Yeah,
No,
it's wow, shots fired.
First one was okay. Let's see what they do with this, and that's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah, I heard it was interesting. Like as an RTS, I heard it was okay, but you know,
Two factions.
Two
and
factions.
You need more than that.
StarCraft.
Yeah, true. StarCraft as well. That has 3, to be fair.
There's the Terrans and what
That's
is
like-
the other one?
Protoss.
The Protoss. I was gonna say Schlotos. You know.
Yeah, it's the Schlotos.
They keep pumping out DLC for it as well. Blizzard is like killing it on their
It's a popular game.
on their game
It's
front.
a big
It's real
esport
good.
as well, so that probably helps.
Yeah, we have then just for honorable mentions, we have just the unconfirmed stuff. So stuff that's been announced for this year, for like
freestyle rap form.
yeah,
Let's do it.
where they've just said unconfirmed for like fourth quarter or Q2, Q4 or something. So we've got Batman, the Telltale Games game.
Yeah,
Something-
Telltale Games.
is doing a Batman
It's
like
doing
clicky
a Batman.
thing.
Yeah, clicky thing.
I don't know how I feel about Telltale Games, honestly.
They have a good track record.
They do. The first one of theirs I played was like The Walking Dead, which I thought was okay, but just too much. I don't care.
The Borderlands one was apparently quite popular. A lot of
Mm.
YouTubers were getting hyped about the ending of that, so maybe that's worth a playthrough.
It's definitely worth.
And there's a Minecraft one as well, which is a
Minecraft
bit more
Telltale.
kiddie. Yeah.
See, I remember when Minecraft used to be just create something. I don't care about the story. Stop making it. I'm glad that they're putting in more things, but like, I don't corrupt it. I don't know. Speaking of Minecraft, just a side note. When is like Cube World coming back?
I haven't had a look in a
Oh my
while.
God.
Wow. I should
We will
check
have
that
a
again.
look soon
We will.
because when that comes back, oh, here we go.
Yep, here we go.
It begins again.
It begins.
Then there's Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
I'm a little
that's-
excited. Crackdown 3.
Yeah, I heard they were good back in the day, and it's been a while since the last
Mm.
one. So new gen, new Crackdown.
I had a look at the new at the gameplay for the new Crackdown, and it was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna render the environment this way so that you can crash whole buildings and
Yeah, I saw a.
like, yeah, you
some
can
footage
just
of
cause
that.
it and just
That's
fly cars through
ridiculous.
buildings.
It's
I'm keen. If anything else, if the story isn't that great, at least I'll get to destroy
better
a whole city.
crack down on
On
that
the-
one.
yeah.
Wow. I think we're ready for the
We need
next
a
game
pun.
then.
We need a pun
Yeah,
alarm.
We do.
Just ping.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah. Dishonored 2.
Yes.
Now I'm so excited for this one.
Yep.
The
straight
first
into it.
Dishonored blew my mind. It's just like, oh my god, this is so pretty. The folklore was so well written. I even bought the art book for it.
Even bought.
Even bought the art book. I have the like pre-order thing, so you get the
Two
little,
characters now.
the tarot cards. Yes, Corvo and his daughter.
Derpina.
Derpina,
we
the
don't know her
princess
actual
Derpina.
name, but she looks like a cool
What's
character
her
as well.
name?
She was in the trailer.
She was in the trailer. Wasn't she the princess from the first one?
Might have been actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it comes out that apparently Corvo is like her dad or something.
Something like-
Yeah. I don't care if you're complaining about spoilers. You've had long enough. It's already out there.
It's been out for ages.
Yeah.
But watch the trailer.
You've had all your
and
time.
it'll get you hyped. That's
Yeah.
about all we need to say.
And I'm really glad to see Corvo comes back as well, because I like Corvo as a character.
He's a pretty cool
Really
guy.
good. The mask and everything. Man, the mask. That would be the one thing, like, if we ever have offices, one of the
Just a
masks
Corvo
just on the
mask.
wall. Yeah, it would be good. As long as, like, with one of his swords as well, the folding blade.
The one thing we'd have would be his mask and his swords and his costume and a dog
All of that there would be great. Yeah.
and the actor. Indeed.
No, you're good.
You're okay.
Don't worry about it. And we're back in. Yeah, so we had Dishonored 2, really keen about that.
Yep.
Really good writing, so
It should be cool.
it should be cool. Very keen.
One to watch. That's
Yeah.
another of the big whoppers.
The
of
big
year.
whoppers on Ryan's list.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that's the one with Robo Dinosaurs in it that was kind of previewed / shown at PAX
I don't know
last
about
year.
this. I don't know.
Not PAX, the other one, the big one, E3 last year.
E3.
It's like set in kind of a caveman-esque period where lots of giant robot dinosaurs and stuff rule the land, and apparently you're able to take them down with old school weapons, and then you build fancy laser weapons. Google it. Look up the trailer. on
Doesn't that
YouTube.
just doesn't that just sound like Ark Survival?
Kind of.
Oh yeah,
But the dinosaurs are robots.
basically Ark Survival with robots.
Yeah.
That's what we hear anyway. Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh my god.
That is a huge whopper alert right there. Mass Effect Andromeda. Holy guacamole. That should be good. Assuming it comes out this year.
Yeah,
There was a
assuming
little
it's
trailer
it's on the
last year.
unconfirmed list, so we'll see what happens.
Maybe end of this year.
Um,
I predict like December.
Yeah, they're gonna be cleaning up all the graphics using current gen like high-end tech.
I'm just beyond keen.
Mm,
for that.
I'm beyond
Mass
keen.
Effect is just
Just
amazing.
traveling the planets, getting the old crews back together and stuff.
New crew though.
New
I think.
crew,
New
but
galaxy.
like
Don't
putting a
forget,
crew together would be nice.
which we can then refer to as the old crew later
Yes,
on.
later
Yeah,
on,
There we go.
many years from now, when we're still doing this.
When Mass 7's coming out.
Hopefully we get to see more of like we get to see at least a bit of the old crew as well, and mention of what Shepard did.
I'm sure there will be
Like,
references. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm a little worried about how they're going to work this one in, because at the end of the Mass Effect series, they pretty much just like dead cut it. And they're like, you know, he went for the assimilation.
I think it's so they can start it again from scratch. That's probably why they're in a new galaxy.
It might, yeah.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna beat, in terms of a story arc, destruction of the entire galaxy by a giant
Yeah.
robot.
That's the risk you have by
That's the
putting the
thing.
Reapers in anything. They just, if you beat them, then where do you go?
Having said that, Mass 2 was really good, and the story for that was a bit more constrained than just like total annihilation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is good. Great characters, Mass Effect. My God, such
Indeed.
nostalgia. Fable Legends coming out soon as well. That's sort
Yeah,
of
I
like a
think that's
multiplayer.
beta at the moment. You can play that.
Yeah, that's a multiplayer class-based.
It
sort of
looks
thing.
fun actually.
I didn't know the
was,
beta was
I was
out.
looking into it recently, and I might play that. Looks
Big
good.
fan of the Fable series. I've always been. First,
Cuphead
second,
as well
third.
this year.
Who?
Cuphead, just while I think.
Oh yeah, Cuphead. We
Cuphead.
didn't put that on the list, but yes,
no,
Cuphead.
but it is this
The
year.
Disney tugboat Mickey sort of deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for Xbox.
keen for it.
As soon as
Um,
that's out, we'll play it.
As soon as that's out, I'm gonna buy and get the
It's
Elgato
like a
out.
minor indie whopper. That one.
Minor indie whopper, but still kind of cool. Then there's The Last Guardian. Do you want to talk about that? 'Cause I
Yes.
don't really-
So the first one of those came out ages ago, and there was a butt ton of hype because it's been rumored it was in the works, and it's been cancelled, and then it's been people working on it cancelled, and then last year at E3 they showed footage for it, and everyone just like died. It's pretty hyped. I'm not exactly sure what it's about because I never played the first one,
Mm.
but it's got something to do with the giant, big monster things, and you're a little dude that runs around these cool-looking.
Sounds like the Shadow
environments.
of Colossus a little bit.
Yeah, I think it is kind of like Shadow of Colossus sort of thing. I'm
Good.
not sure.
Shadow of Colossus had a big cult following when it started out. So
Yeah.
there's that. The Legend of Zelda for Wii U, which is the last one on our
Yes,
list.
The last one, for good reason. That's another reasonably large whopper
His list, not mine.
for my list,
Yeah.
and Jotham's list by
No.
extension.
Wow.
Just-
On the brothers list.
Yeah.
You want this? Just lay
No.
back and let it happen.
Exactly.
Wow.
Not too much is known. It's going to be open world. Graphics are cool. It's Zelda. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. And that
Mm.
wraps up
That's
2016 in preview.
our 2016 in preview, what to watch, and
What you guys might be interested in.
yeah. So we'll probably refer back to this video a lot. Personally, just to
Talk
go
more
over
about
the
Zelda.
topic. Yeah,
Jotham loves
Zelda. Such a Zelda
He's
fan.
He is.
Water Temple. And stuff. I just make it. I have friends who like Zelda, so I just follow on.
Just water temples up the wazoo.
Yeah. And did we actually read a release date for Ghost Recon Wildlands?
Probably not,
Probably not. I'm excited for this.
but there's also that as well.
Yeah, there's also that as well.
So if you happen to get bored with our little closing segment, you would have just missed that important release announcement.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this week's video.
It is.
We're probably gonna throw up some Gears of War stuff later on in the week
Some
as
stage
well.
or another.
Some stage as well. We're gonna finish that Gears of War series. I promise you, it'll be a thing that happens. But yeah, until then,
Until next time,
this has been the brothers signing off. Bye.
cheerio.